Here we are with Bitcoin. The rally from when we broke above the 9,500 38.2 fib resistance, we've just flown 3 days. You know, this is the thing about these big levels. Sometimes they're not resistance. Sometimes too many people sell them, but their stops just above, and it gives us rocket fuel when their stops are hit to keep going. And that, I really do believe that that's what we have seen here in Bitcoin, and mainly because of the build up. If we go to Finex and we look at the shorts, if we look at the build up that we saw in the shorts at this level here, you know, that says to me that this is what's been going on. And then the last 3 days sideways, topping off. So coming into that level, we did see a big build up in shorts. So this means that this is all about the Bitcoin show, doesn't it? It's really all about Bitcoin. That's got everybody's attention. Now everybody's saying, oh, it's a safe haven asset again. Everything is good. We are starting to, if we look at a regular day of irregular candles, we're starting to see quite long tails on the upside. That's usually a warning that we are about to enter a stall or some sideways consolidation. If you remember, when this 382 fib, let's zoom out. This 382 fib that we broke above and went above in the straight line, we should probably at some point come back and retest that. That's at 9,500. So now if we're in long-term swinging Bitcoin, our bull bear line is at 9,500. And if we put a 236 fib on from the lows, it shouldn't be above that. It should be there or underneath. It's just underneath. I think that this is a big wave 3 that we're still in, and we've still got another leg higher, which means that when we look at corrections, we're going to go from at least that low, if not this low here, because I'm not sure that we're finished. And if we do that, then this is the support, 9,500. So when we're looking at an hourly here or a 15-minute, you can see that we've started to trade sideways. It looks like a wedge, and a wedge is very common in a wave 4 position and very often breaks to the upside rather than with the trend. And it's usually signals the last kind of phase of a trend before you see a bigger correction. So if we look at where we are, just above us at this level is 11,500. On some exchanges like Bitcoin Tether at Binance, that level is 11,570, but that 11,500, 11,570 is a big deal. It's the 50% from the high that we made in December 2017 to the low the low that we made in December 2018. So that 50% back level will be a big deal. So what does that mean for us if we're trading? It means that if we do break this wedge consolidation to the upside, we should be watching the reaction here. And this is not a bad place to take some profit. And if we get above it again, buy it back. You know, we're trying to play defense because we're defending our profits. So as long as you do and you don't get squeezed out and don't get back in again, as long as you, it's okay to take some profits as long as you're willing to just jump back in again if you're wrong, and it's not going to stop here. And being wrong would mean not just a false break above this level, it would mean holding above this level and finding support at this level, and then that would be a bad. Now, yeah, on Binance you did tag it last night. I agree. And if we look at some of the other, and that was against Tether, wasn't it? Or was it? No, Binance you can't do. You have to do Tether. Let me take a look, because I thought that you hadn't quite. But I'm okay with being, let me double check it. Let's do it on a monthly, then it's easy, isn't it? Okay. So 11,477 at Binance, and the high It's 11,392. So I don't think we have quite tagged it on Binance, but maybe I'm wrong. So expecting one more push higher. But remember, sometimes we don't quite get to the round number that we're missing that we're waiting for. So if we've all got our orders to take profits here, and this wedge doesn't break to the upside and instead breaks to the downside, if we're going to play defense, we might take a little bit of profit there. Not all of it off because we're still in a big uptrend in Bitcoin, but we might take some partial profit and then wait for a pullback. Where would we come back to? To our 9,500 probably, and this 200 moving average on the hourly. That would be an interesting level if we put our fibs on from just this swing, the most recent swing that we're in, and see if that lines up with anything here. It kind of does. Let's do it like this. So the 236 fib would be a retest of these lows. If they break here, and we call it a sideways range, then we're looking back to, 9,500, 9,400 potentially. But 9884 as well would be where we might catch that 200 moving average. So, whenever you go sideways, which is the market's third direction, it goes up, it goes down, or it goes sideways. And whenever you go sideways, you have to be open to it be going either way. I believe we will see one more squeeze higher. We may overshoot this level a little bit, but it is a big level, and we should be watching the reaction here. Having blasted through the last one and seen everybody take profit, I would also keep an eye on those shorts. If we see shorts building again here, we're probably just going to keep going. So, and then we're going to say, okay, and the 618 is 13,400. So 13,400 if we blast through 11,500, 11,600. Now, if the only other one that's kind of keeping up at all is Ethereum. So on Ethereum, we've had the breakout above the 382 fib. We're just shy of the 50%. In fact, I think in Binance and Ethereum, we may have almost tagged the level. So we're in very, very similar positions in ETH and ETH dollar and Bitcoin dollar. And just above us, important, hold on. I'm talking complete rubbish because it's the wrong chart. Here we go. It's the 382 actually we're looking for in ETH, US dollar, not similar positions. We're in similar positions when you look at the chart patterns that we're in. And I think this is a shallow pullback, and we keep going in ETH, US dollar, because our target is 371. That's the 382 fib from not the high highs, but this high and this swing low here. This is a kind of support and resistance. If we go, not just here, but look, if we go all the way across, we kind of get it in the middle of these highs and lows, then this is our target, 370, 380. That's the pivot level that we're looking for in ETH US dollar from here. And I really don't see much to stop us in between, unless we go back below 261. That's where we're dead wrong in ETH. So we're still buy pullbacks. ETH is holding up very nicely. It's slightly underperforming Bitcoin. And here, annoyingly, when I go back to my ETH Bitcoin chart, which tells me whether should I be in Ethereum or should I be in Bitcoin, we're in a sideways at the lows. So when you trade sideways, obviously you're doing the same thing. And I'm okay I'm okay staying in ETH while we are going sideways here. But if it happens that we break the lows and we break down, then you're going to be better off in Bitcoin. So at the moment, sideways, not a drama being in either, but it's time really, we need to see ETH rally soon, I think. So if we lose this 61.8, the next support is a little bit lower, unfortunately, down here. So I would probably get out of ETH and wait until we bottom. It's 26839. So patience is one of the hardest things to learn in trading. It really is. I've struggled with it myself. Okay.